and that takes years, not like tomorrow.
Y'all don't believe that.
What?
Don't believe. If you go around thinking God is just preparing that person for you, you might be highly. I don't want y'all coming back to my wife and say, "Hey, I heard you say this years ago, and it's never happened." No, 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 no. That's not the case for everybody. That is not
I
the
was
case
saying
for
that
everybody.
it happens, but I don't know like the
It,
chances of it
it can
happening.
happen, but you just said God will prepare this person for you. Don't tell them that, because they go believe that, and if it doesn't happen, people get angry.
Just know that I'll be there to pull you through. Seems like a miracle every time you're near. I just wanna love you, girl. It all seems so clear, and no one will ever know how much I really love you, girl. And you make my heart so high with everything you do. Don't you know I've been sitting right here.
Welcome everyone back to another episode of this marriage thing podcast with your host C,
and girly.
and we are here to bring you another great Christian married couples perspective on all things relationships, all things marriage, all things everything. And you know you get the best information here because we keep it none other than real.
Yep.
And we keep it raw.
Yep.
And we always bring you what you need to hear. Now today, on this episode, we just had to cover this topic real quick because everybody was talking about it. Like literally everybody was talking about it.
That's true.
Like I don't know if there's anybody who didn't talk about it. Whether no matter the podcast, no matter radio, social media, people making videos, everybody was talking about it. So we want to give our 2 cents in, but obviously, if we're giving our 2 cents, it's from a marriage perspective and how we would view this from a Christian and married couple's perspective, and what our thoughts more or less was. Sorry, more or less when I think about the situation, more or less about. I don't know if I should call it a situation or situationship or whatever, but so yeah, we are talking about the Klay Thompson, and she's known as Megan Thee Stallion. I forgot her real name, but I guess I'll have to call her rap name, unfortunately. Megan Thee Stallion. I'll just call her Megan.
Yeah.
We know who we're talking about. I'll just call her Megan. I don't, it's the Stallion stuff.
It's like I wonder who came up with that.
Yeah, who knows?
I mean, she is tall.
So real quick, fun fact. Do you know what a stallion
Yeah,
is?
it's a horse.
Cause most people don't know what that is,
Like
but you know what kind of horse it is?
It's isn't one of the prettiest, tallest.
Well, the bottom line is it's a male horse.
Yes, it is a male horse. Yeah.
So I don't know why a female's calling himself a male horse.
No idea.
It's none of my business. But I'm just
maybe.
yes. Okay, there you go. Big horse, big woman. All right. But yeah, so that is who she is. Most people know who she is. And so the whole situation was, I guess, for us to dive right in, I'll present it to you. Well, because mostly I'm just gonna let you go first. I didn't know if you want to go first, but I'm gonna let you go first because I'll go last. I'll go put it this way. I'll go after you, and then if whatever I say, if you want to add on to that, sure. But I want to hear your thoughts first. Pretty much the sentiment is, just to summarize. Megan got in a relationship. Klay Thompson, current NBA basketball player, is well known. Golden State Warriors won 4 championships. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, stuff like that.
The crew.
Yeah. Literally Hall of Fame career. He's gonna be in the Hall of Fame one day. Hall of Fame is for only certain basketball players who were great, who reached a certain level of greatness in order to get in the Hall of Fame. So if you didn't know who he was, that's the caliber of basketball player I'm talking about. Everybody can't get in the Hall of Fame. He's a future Hall of Famer because he hasn't retired yet. And she got in a relationship with him. If you haven't seen it, they are kind of polar opposites. It doesn't seem like the type of people who would have normally gotten into a relationship with each other, but somehow they ended up in one. And now the buzz on the internet is pretty much the relationship is over. They broke up. And how we found out about that was because Megan put up a cryptic message on social media, not really confirmed by anyone. Klay never responded to it or whatever, but cryptic, I mean, it's kind of mysterious. She's like, hey, and she didn't say him by name, but people know who she's talking about because that's what she was messing with. Not verbatim, but she was pretty much saying, hey, you didn't want to be monogamous anymore. You had moods. I had to deal with your mood swings throughout the season. And now you don't want to be with me. Something along those lines. Or I was cooking for your family. She used terms like playing house, all this stuff, alluding to the fact that the relationship is over now. But those were her complaints. I did X, Y, and Z. This was going on. And then like kind of trying to say that she sacrificed certain things. And now he doesn't want to be with her. She said that he doesn't want to be monogamous. Mind you, professional athlete. And now she's shocked that somebody doesn't want to. I don't know if any most professional athletes are not monogamous.
Yeah.
But sure, Megan. And yeah, so, and then she put that out. Everybody's like, oh, I guess Klay cheated or something happened with them. She's angry. And now they parted ways. So that's where we are. And then everybody's giving their own take on what they think about the situation. From a married woman, you are a wife. You are a Christian wife. In regards to, give your whole opinion, but obviously in regards to marriage, if people were talking about this situation, linking it to marriage for those two, what is your opinion on the whole thing? If you want to throw this in there, I don't know if you're gonna say it, but it's probably good for people to know. He is a mixed gentleman. One parent is black, one parent is white.
Okay, no, that's important. I mean, that can be important.
Well, that means that influences
it plays
a lot.
yes, it does. I mean, that's true.
Based on who he's gonna choose.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. So in regards to my opinion, and like, first of all, based on what what's her name? Megan, yeah. Based on what Megan said that so we don't really know for sure if he cheated.
Sure.
So I'm just gonna put out there.
Yeah, sure.
We're just, obviously everyone ran within saying that he cheated. Right.
They're saying cheated because she used the word monogamous. Yeah, there you go.
And that could mean anything because maybe, they had a discussion, they talked about it, and he mentioned that I just want to be with other women, and that doesn't necessarily mean that he cheated. He just wants to talk to her about it.
There you go.
And yeah, so that's one thing. But in terms of like from this guy, so women, I believe some women can change and become whoever they need to be, whether it's, get their lives a little, how do I not get their life straight? But more so of from a Christian perspective, if Megan was trying to, I guess, be a Christian woman or something, like, everyone has a past, and so, it looks like that she was trying to change her life. So Megan's trying to change her image, pretty much, which is kind of hard because her music is the same music that she has, recently made. Well, I don't know if it's recent or not, but all the songs that she makes, obviously, is overly sexualized and all that stuff. And so if she was trying to change, or maybe some people will say she tried to change for Klay by dressing different, dressing quote unquote conservative. She's saying that she cooks. I guess she don't cook for nobody, but she's cooking for him. So doing the things like a wife should do. And I don't know, the family probably didn't like her because of where she comes from, or because of, or maybe it's not even where she comes from, but how she's presented to the world, in a sense. And people can't really take her seriously. But my thing is, what if she changed that whole image, like start making cleaner music, start dressing differently, and then years later, will she, would someone like Klay or another man, I don't know, but would that person approach, would he be attracted to her at this point? Would that person will be attracted to Megan? Like, say her whole life has changed, she no longer makes those musics and all that stuff. Would a man in the past, would a man actually like take this new Megan and then possibly marry her?
So, before I answer your question, my thoughts on it is this. It's kind of funny, and I think the most of the, I don't like this word, but backlash that kind of came about for this whole thing, and I guess most of it went towards Klay, was the fact that she did use a term, she was phrasing it as maybe he cheated, she said you don't want to be monogamous, stuff like that. And now her fans, because she has an audience of a certain demographic, I'll say, that like her and her music, and they all came out in droves to kind of like, sort of like slander Klay, attack him, saying whatever, because they wouldn't know him from a can of paint, obviously. They only know about him because of her. And just like a lot of Taylor Swift fans would have never known who Travis Kelce was, ever. They would have lived their whole life and never known who he was. But because she got with him, her fans know who he is. So they know about Klay because of her, but they don't know what type of person he is, his characteristics, personality, standards, like what he like, his beliefs or anything, right? They're just gonna go by what she says, obviously. So if you just believe whatever she says, which obviously based on her history, that's up in the air. People have their own opinion about believing what she says. She did have a high profile case where someone is now in prison because of what she said. And, a lot of people are torn on that too. Was she telling the truth? Was she not telling the truth? So based on that, like her past and then obviously past relationships she's been in, I don't ever, from the get-go, I don't think Klay was even the type of man that would have ever like seriously settled down with her. You see what I'm saying? Like, if she's speaking like that's what she wanted,
right?
Because for her to be this frustrated, it's like she's indicating that, hey, I didn't just want to mess around, I wanted marriage. But sure, you can think that and want that all you want, Megan, based on your history, based on your past, based on your past partners, your past legal cases. You're not someone who, a man like Klay, now there may be some other guy out there, but for a man like Klay, and what he represents, and then you're also, if you get married, you're marrying into someone's family.
Correct.
His family, what they represent, he would never marry a woman like Megan. But for some reason, she didn't know that. And see, that's the problem. That's the problem when it comes to how people view marriage, how guys view marriage, and how women view marriage. A woman would just go into something thinking, hey, I'm this, I'm good at this, I like this. So there's no way he can deny this. So he loves all this stuff. You always think very highly of yourself, which is cool. But if you never for a second stop and think about what the guy wants and what he, like, how he views you, you're gonna just live in delusion until you wake up one day and then he lets you know, I never viewed you how you viewed you. She was viewing herself as some brand new woman who's gonna be a great wife. He was viewing her as, no, you're Megan Thee Stallion. I know who you are. Yeah. This is who you are. Right. I know you're cooking, you're doing all this stuff, doing all these lovey-dovey photos on social media, You're dressing different. All of a sudden, you don't want to show a lot of body parts. You know, all this stuff that's not you. All of a sudden, you're this brand new person. Klay saw right through that. But as men, he's like, most men and most athletes are gonna be like, well, if you're just gonna, he's like, I might as well dabble. If you're just gonna offer and try to say like you want to be with me or you want to mess around with me or hook up, whatever. He's like, I'll do this until I don't want it anymore. That's how he's seeing it. But she's seeing it like, oh, maybe he does think I'm a reformed 304. I'm you know, I'm more so on this side of my life now, and maybe I can trick him into believing that all those things he saw, all those things he heard,
no longer exist.
all those lyrics he heard me rap about no longer exist. There you go. Like it never happened. That was in another what's the Marvel stuff?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
It's same thing. Yeah. Like another multiverse.
Yeah.
That was a different Megan. I'm the good Megan. Like if she had a twin sister. And he's not dumb. He's not as dumb as you would hope him to be. And when I say that, I mean there was a lot of people who came out saying certain things, and they would allude to the fact that she thought Klay was a simp. That's pretty much what it was. Because women who get away with stuff like that, they get with a guy who is a simp, where he'll just he may even know of the past, but he'll just disregard all of it. And then when he gets with her, and he realizes that she doesn't respect him as much as he would like, or she ends up cheating on him or whatever, she didn't see him as like the guy she really wants to be with. She's just like, yo, I need somebody to take me as I am. Those are the simps. And Klay was like, I'm not doing that at all. I'll do these sexual things with you, but I'm not doing that if you're talking about marriage. And who knows? Like I told you the other day, we don't know what went on behind the scenes. No, nobody does.
Right.
Unless they come out with a book or an exclusive interview, no one knows what the conversation was behind the scenes. We don't know what she said to him. Did she bring up marriage? Was she talking about marriage or something like that?
Right.
You know, was she like, hey, how serious are we going to get? You know, stuff like that. Like, hey, what's the next step? And then if that happened,
right,
maybe he was like, okay, well, hold up. It's time for me to break that. Like, let me calm this down. Or we don't know if they had a conversation. Like she used the word monogamous. We don't know if he came to her one day. He was like, yo, I know this has been going good and everything is cool. We doing all the social media stuff, showing the world how we are, blah, blah. But yo, honestly, I'm not trying to settle down like that yet. I still want to see other women. There's other people I'm interested in. There were some people who were there before you, but I put it on pause, whatever. And maybe he expressed to her, because she did use the word, maybe he expressed to her, yo, I don't want to be monogamous. We can still mess around, but I want other women. And then maybe she got mad about that. Obviously, she was mad about that because she put that in her post.
right.
So what happens is, if that was the conversation and he said that, now she's just angry and frustrated that he doesn't want to be monogamous. And that's cool.
She didn't see a future.
You have that right. I'll give her that. If that's what was presented to you, and you didn't want that, you wanted to be in a one-on-one relationship, and he expressed to you, yo, I don't want to do that, you have the right to be mad. But then also, if you just put it up there like that with no context, people are gonna think he cheated.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they're gonna run to. I mean, that's what anybody would think. If you just say, hey, this person didn't want to be monogamous, they're gonna be like, oh, is he cheating? Like, did he do, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean he cheated. He could have just had a conversation with you. Yo, I want to see other women. How do you feel about that? You know, she could have said, if she's down with that too, she could have been like, oh, okay, cool, I'll see other men. You know, who knows what the conversation was? We just know that she didn't agree with whatever he said.
Right.
And now they're broken up. You see what I'm saying? But Klay isn't the type of person, look, like I said, a lot of her fans don't know him. You see, he didn't come out, he didn't say anything, he didn't respond. He's a very he's a very low-key, laid-back type of guy. He's quiet. He's not out there like that in the clubs doing all this stuff. He's not like on the scene like that, like a lot of these other players. He's a very family oriented. He chills. You know, his brother is in he's an athlete too. He plays Major League Baseball, His father played in the NBA for the Lakers back in the day. He grew up with money. He grew up in his lifestyle. He's more chill. He's more laid back and relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
And Megan thought she could just roll up into a family like that and then probably propose marriage like that. Which, mind you, based on how he grew up, his parents probably had a vision for him to get married one day. She was not that vision. When they pictured him being with a woman to get married to and make grandchildren with, it wasn't her. And it wasn't a woman like her. I'm sorry to say. That's just how it goes. But a man being a man, that doesn't mean he didn't want to mess with it. You know?
Right.
If she's like, yo, you want to see if we can do whatever and see where it goes, he's like, all right, cool. Now, to be fair, he knew wasn't going nowhere, but he didn't want to say that. So maybe, he's wrong for that. But
yeah,
otherwise,
I would say that's kind of messed up because
Sure.
a lot of women would say that.
I'll give you
they
that.
went through that before.
I'll give you that. But at the same time, it's also messed up for her to think that you could just bring all that Megan Thee Stallion stuff that you did in your life and think you could just drop it at Klay's doorstep and be like, here, take this. Take all this baggage as I am. Because now you would be throwing all that on him if he would have married you.
Yeah.
He would have to answer for all this stuff that people keep hitting him with. Yo, she did this. Yo, I don't know if you knew about this guy. Yo, like who wants to live like that? Nobody wants to live like that. And that's why when people talk about stuff you've done in the past and how your past will literally shape you and mold you to what type of life you'll have in the future, that's real. That's a real thing. Y'all just be playing around in high school, in college, doing everything you want, all willy-nilly, jumping from this to this to that, thinking that it's all good, thinking that it can't harm you, thinking that it can't come back to bite you. I'm telling you right now, if you're living that type of life, you might want to drop that, because the past can always come up. No matter how much you want to hide it or act like it didn't happen, act like it didn't exist, it'll always come up. Whether you were good at hiding it or whatever, somebody knows something. And if something was recorded or videotaped or made public or posted on social media, or like them, if you're a celebrity, your stuff is all out there, people are gonna judge you by that. That's just how life works. They're gonna judge you by that. If you don't want to be judged, just go to church, because God won't judge you. Well, I take that back. God judge you, but he will forgive you. He'll give you grace. All of us aren't like that. And when I say God will judge you, God is going to judge us all one day as well.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. God will also hold you accountable. So if you've done certain things in your life, in relationships, past relationships, things that you're not proud of, that person who you want to get with, they have the right to judge you based on what you've done. And they have the right to tell you, hey, I'm sorry, but I can't do this or go forward with you based on all this stuff I see here.
Or I was gonna say, instead of judging, because that's a harsh word, but instead of judging,
it's a real word though.
It is. Yeah. It is. I mean, the person can actually, like, based on the person's history, they can make that decision. They have every right to make the decision to move forward with that person or not. And I also want to say it also is vice versa for women too. I mean, men as well, because a lot of times as women, when we hear this guy was a player, this guy had this what's that word, his account,
a body count
and stuff. And I remember when I used to hear, oh, this guy had his body count of this, and it just turned me off. Just absolutely not.
Yeah.
So I honestly think it's honestly the same thing for a guy. It may not be the same in terms.
I was about to say, yeah, because it's not viewed the same.
It's not viewed the same in society wise, for sure. Because lots of men who have slept with so many women are married and happily married, have children, all that stuff.
Because it's, like I said, because it is viewed differently.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. It's not the same because obviously society wise too, the weight is more so on the woman than the male. If that makes sense, right? Like,
what weight for what?
Weight in terms of like
to not be promiscuous?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Yes.
Man, you're gonna say something.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. So But in general, though, as a Christian woman, I would say and I'm going based on what I've seen and conversation I had with other Christian women. Usually, we want to know the history of the guy as well, and his past relationships, what happened, and all that stuff before we decide to either you know show interest, or if that person comes to that person and that woman, and so we start evaluating, oh, do you know anything about this guy, and so forth. But in society, yeah, it's more if a woman is not as pleasant in terms of, or clean, or more conservative, then therefore it's unattractive, unappealing, and no man wants
for sure
a woman who she pretty much belonged to every
there you go. And that's why there's a difference, because also some women just naturally may not care, because women aren't mostly thinking about that when they're trying to look for a man. A man is more so thinking about that. A woman is not really thinking about how many women a certain guy slept with. She's more thinking about provision, him being a protector, being a provider, all that stuff like that. A guy is not looking for those things in a woman. And he would more so care like how many men have been through you. That matters. You see what I'm saying?
Why does it matter?
So, well, that's a whole new podcast right
Okay.
there. That's a whole
It is
different thing. But I think you know why it matters. But also, yeah. So it's not going to be the same. But for her to have the type of past, the history that she has, it's kind of like you really have to find somebody who's going to ignore all of that in order to marry you. Klay's not that type of guy. He's not going to ignore all of that. But he'll just be the type of guy to just add on to the list that she has. You see what I'm saying? And if I looked this up just now just to see who. So these are people who have been affiliated with her. Some guy named Moneybag Yo, a guy named Partisan Fontaine. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing these. I don't know who these rappers are. Tory Craig. Obviously Tory Lanez. Romelu Lukaku. That one's rumored. G-Eazy. I heard about him with her. The Baby. Rumor. All these are rumors of flings. Trey Songz rumored. Blueface rumored. Michael Beasley rumored encounter. Yeah. So, and they said Michael Beasley briefly linked to 2020. No public confirmation. So these are people who just linked to her. Whether this is the public stuff. Now, certain things she said in her music, she's talked about certain sexual encounters with people who probably aren't even public, just guys that she wanted to do stuff with.
Right.
So this is just the stuff that people know about. There's a lot of stuff that people don't know about. That being said, this is something that you can just Google real quick and find out. So it's not like it's something that's hidden. Klay knew about this stuff. Right. You see what I'm saying? So knowing that going into it, a man could be like, do I want to marry someone like that? Or do I just want to mess with somebody like that? And he's just like, all right, I'll mess with her. And like you said, you were talking about the image earlier. Yeah, I think this whole thing was like an image play from her party, her team, to be like, yo, image isn't looking the best because obviously the big public thing that happened, with the court case with Lanez and all that stuff, and that's gonna be linked to her forever. She's not shaking that. So with stuff like that, in order to get people to kind of forget about that and not really focus on that anymore, if you get with a nice clean cut guy who is a gentleman, classy act, they'll kind of let that stuff go. And I think that's what the focal point of her team was, to find somebody like that, because I don't think they didn't want to find just some other thug guy for her to get with. Right. She wouldn't shake that image.
That's true.
You got to find somebody who's the total opposite, and they were like, if you marry him, you're good. You're leaving all that behind. And who did that happen with before? Somebody else.
Oh, Sierra.
You already know. Sierra. There you go. She found a Russell Wilson.
Yeah, we actually really forgot about her past.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody forgot about Sierra's past. But she's linked to a bunch of guys as well. But imagine if Sierra didn't find a Russell Wilson and just kept messing with guys like Future.
That would have been
Kept messing with guys like Future. Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't forget her past, and you'll just be like, well, she just keeps getting with certain guys like this.
right.
But Russell Wilson took her as she was, accepted the child that she had, married her, had children with her, and now you really don't think about Sierra's past like that. That's what Megan was trying to do. But unfortunately for Megan, her past is way more chalked up and scarred than what Sierra's was. So
yeah, Sierra also, she, from what she talks about, like they were celibate for however long before they got married and all this stuff, and
right, okay,
she converted to Christ and all that. Or maybe she was already a Christian, but he made sure that she was
he was
like
trying to make sure she was serious.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Meg's not doing all that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Clay's not requiring that because he's not trying to marry her. You see what I'm saying? So that doesn't need to even be messed with. So the point is, look, from two people who are married, we know what it takes to get married, especially if you're getting married under God. We're not just talking about just going there to get married, just going to Vegas or whatever, or just a marriage that doesn't involve God, and then y'all just end up getting divorced in 3 years or whatever. We're talking about an actual marriage under God. And looking at a situation like this, look, if you're somebody like me, once I heard about this a year and a half ago, I was like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever. Who's taking this seriously? I was like, okay, cool. Tell me when it's over. Like, because this day was inevitable. We knew it was coming, saw it coming. Only her delusional fans did not see this day coming, and now they're all angry because for some reason they thought this was going to be a fairy tale, right? So I don't see how anyone could take something like this seriously when, like I said, this is her past. She's linked to that court case. She's literally twerking on stage for a presidential campaign. Like, there's all this stuff that just, it doesn't make her look good. And remember, when you marry somebody, you take on everything about them. The woman takes on everything about the husband takes on everything about the wife. Klay would have to be like, for the rest of my life, don't want to take on all this stuff that she's linked to. Now, all of a sudden, she's just like, miraculously, she went to bed one night, she woke up a changed woman. Not, you know what I'm saying? Like, she literally made a song called WAP with Cardi. Yes. What? Like, come on, man, what are we doing? She made Hot Girl Summer, which is literally a song about being a 304 for the entire summer. Longer than that, rolling into other seasons, if you will, not just the summer. Klay's like, yeah, I'm gonna take that seriously and put a ring on it. Klay's not dumb, and for some reason, her and her entire fan base thought he was that dumb, and that's not how that works. So us on the outside as a Christian married couple looking in, we knew it wasn't gonna work, but if we're just gonna analyze it and look at the specifics of the relationship, I don't ever believe any relationship that doesn't involve is ever gonna work. That's just my belief.
Involved with God.
Yeah. If it doesn't involve God, I don't believe it's gonna work. I think it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, you need Christ in it.
Exactly, before it falls to the wayside.
Yeah, for sure.
And then now, since that's my belief, I even furthermore believe that that's gonna happen if you're a public figure, if you're a celebrity. If you're a celebrity and you're in the public eye, all that pressure, people always on you about certain things, blah 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 blah. Yo, or when you guys get married, all this stuff, you have to want to keep a certain image. Never gonna work. Never gonna work. If you're in the public eye, you need to, or if you're a celebrity, I should say, your best bet is to keep stuff private.
Which is, yeah, that's true.
You keep your stuff private, low key. God first. You know, you show up every now and then in public, you know what I'm saying? Some pictures are taken or they may see you out. Cool. But stuff like this with her is always snapping pictures. Hey guys, look, putting up pictures of, they said that they bought a house together and she said he bought her a Rolls Royce or something like that. I don't know what it was. Some expensive vehicle, named the boat after her, got her a boat. Everything was just flash. Let me show you guys. Hey guys, look at all. It's like she was trying to convince you that she was in a great relationship.
I wonder if she still has the boat.
She who knows? Who knows? She better marry that. She would hold the boat, proposes. And it's like it's kind of like she was in her own world. Like, hey guys, even she couldn't believe it. I think that's what it is. She's like, I can't believe I'm with a guy like this. I have to keep showing you guys. I don't know if she posted this much with all these other rappers. And
to be fair, that actually would make more sense, because then you're like, oh my gosh, he's gold. Let me try to keep him. And maybe that's why she was doing all the things that she never imagined herself doing.
She knew he was the prize.
Is actually, now that makes it, that shows she really liked him. That
I'm sure she did.
Yeah,
because he's not a thug.
Yeah, she really liked him.
Which ironically, she likes thugs, but she knows that she can't get anywhere with them.
Yeah, and this one definitely. Yeah. Oh man.
But I wouldn't say she really liked him. She liked him because he's rich. That's number one.
I mean, fair enough.
If he didn't play in the NBA, she wouldn't try to get with him.
He has generational wealth on top of that.
She wouldn't try to get with him. You know what I'm saying? So we can.
Oh, okay.
We can put an asterisk around liked him. She likes him because of what he does. And now that that's out the way, she's like, let me try to get to let me like you for who you are. But it starts there. Let's not throw that out the way. That's what, because if he didn't do that, he should be like, I don't know who you are. Bye. Get out of my face. But point is, we see things a lot differently now, being married and understanding how marriage works, how getting into the whole journey of marriage, how it works. And it's a serious thing. And if you know the type of man you're looking for, if you know the type of woman you're looking for, that's cool. Yeah. Look for that type of person, but you need to make sure you're the type of person that they're looking for.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're just looking for this type of person, but this type of person isn't looking for you, then you have to change something. And she was looking for a certain type of guy that isn't looking for her. Plain and simple. And if you want to see other, more hardcore reactions, go watch people like Cameron and Mace or other podcasts. They're unfiltered. They're gonna tell you the real reason why.
Yeah,
they think
they kept it real.
Klay,
really,
Klay is not gonna which is the truth. Not gonna
marry her.
Yeah, marry her, give her something like that. And other people too. They're just like, yo, we're keeping it real. Like, we're not blind. We're not deaf. We could see what's going on. Like she thought she was Mother Teresa or something, and can't change your life like that, unfortunately. So you guys always remember, whatever you do, make sure it's on the up and up, because you can't run from your past. And I'll say this to end it on a bright note for people like that. If you fall into that category, just because you can't change your past doesn't mean that you can't come to God. You can always come to God. Everybody can turn their life around. It doesn't matter who you are. You can always turn your life around. Come to God. Give your life over to him. Live happy ever after. End up in the kingdom one day when he comes back. But that's for God. It's totally different. God will forgive you, show you grace. Hey, come on over here, my child. I told a girl the other day, it's a funny thing I always hear, and I told her it's the truth. A 304's final form is the church. They will always end up at the church. No matter what they've done throughout their entire life, they will end up at a certain age. Whether it's a certain age or a certain point, a judgment day they hit, and they're like, you know what? I gotta let this all go. I'm getting too old for this. Let me go to the church. The church will accept me. You can go to the church, give your life over to God, but that only works with God. If you think you're gonna just do all this stuff for years, this person, that person, and it goes for guys too, just a bunch of bad stuff, or live a life full of nonsense, drugs and all this stuff, and you think one day a good classy man or a good classy woman is just gonna accept everything you did, it's gonna be extremely hard. It's not impossible.
There we go. I was gonna say that.
But it's gonna be extremely hard. Sure.
It happens.
Once in a billion. Is every now and then.
God would prepare that person for her, for him or her, but you have to go through the process of cleansing, and that takes years, not like tomorrow.
Y'all don't believe that.
What?
Don't believe. If you go around thinking God is just preparing that person for you, you might be highly. I don't want y'all coming back to my wife and say, "Hey, I heard you say this years ago, and it's never happened." No. That's not the case for everybody. That is not the case for everybody.
It happens, but I don't know like the chances of it
can
happening.
happen, but you just said God will prepare this person for you. Don't tell them that, because they gonna believe that, and if it doesn't happen, people get angry. I'm telling you right now, based on certain things, and this is just the truth, man. I keep it raw, keep it real, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Girlie likes to look. Girlie has the best heart. She's gonna throw a lot of hope out there for y'all. She's gonna pray for you. All this stuff, all this nice stuff, make you feel nice and cozy and warm and fuzzy on the inside. I'm gonna tell you like this: if you've done all this stuff that nobody wants to get with, you're done. You're gonna be alone, but like I said, you can come to God. That is the pro. The con is we're not gonna want you, and that's okay. You have to live with the consequences of the stuff that you've done in your past. And like I said, it goes for men and women. If you're a man, same exact thing. Whatever nonsense you've done, if you realize a certain woman that you want now does not want to based on your fact, that is her right. You read off these list of felonies and you've been in prison, it's her right to be like, nah, I'm good. I know you brought yourself to Christ, but I'm okay. That's her right. Just like it's Klay's right or anybody's right to be like, you know what? I just can't do it. I can't do it. Don't listen to Girlie.
I was gonna say.
And when she said, God is preparing this person for you, do not believe that. Because that is not the case.
But here's the thing.
You may, just like win the lottery, it's possible, but the chances. So live your life, bring your life to God, and live a good rest of your life. But don't go out here thinking that, oh, where's this guy that God is preparing for me?
It has happened. That's the reason why I brought it up.
I didn't say it hasn't.
I'm thinking you didn't say that.
Yeah.
I'm literally thinking about a few people that I know where it's like they had changed their life, literally have changed their life, and then they got married and have a family.
Yeah, well, what type of guy did they? Well, see, now you got to throw it. See, Girlie, I know where you're going with that.
No, the person wasn't the person that you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Thinking about.
Listen, don't let her get y'all messed up.
No, I'm just saying. And even if the person happened to be what you're saying, the guy, in a sense, I mean, everyone still deserves love, regardless. I would definitely say, and all I'm saying is
you deserve what you earn. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that. What I'm trying to say is that God transforms and changes that person, but you have to truly be changed. And then it's up to God if he wants to give you that person. But that, when I say that, it doesn't take like, a year. And say you've been doing craziness, all the crazy things within a year. And then you're like, all right, cool, I'm ready. That's not how it works. Like there's a whole vetting process, that detox of making sure that, okay, now you're fully clean. It could take 10 years. It could be 5 years. However, it takes time. And then possibly with the guy knowing your past and you truly have changed.
You see how she okay, there you go. You see how she adding all these other specifics
I'm just
now?
saying.
She didn't say that
unless
earlier.
you choose not to tell unless you choose not to tell the person.
All she said, well, see, now you're getting more real. Before, God is preparing this man for you and left it like that, just opening it. Now she's telling you how the real.
Yeah, God. I mean, that's how God is, based on my experience, and even if you look in the Bible, before He gives anybody anything, God makes sure you go through some tests and trials to make sure whatever characteristics that He wants you to throw out, He's gonna make sure it's out the window before He gives you that blessing.
Sure.
So that's why I'm saying, for whoever, man, male or female, if you have a past and you're so embarrassed about it, and and you're like, I want this type of person, I want to marry this type of person, but this is who I am, then you obviously have to pray, but go through the aches and pains of getting that thing out your system until you're finally where God wants you to be, spiritually, emotionally, everything. You're clean, you're eating clean, whatever the case may be. and then he'll present that person. But even then, it takes time. Like, it takes time. And like you said, it could be a rare case. It has happened, but some people think it takes like a year or two, and they're like, okay, great, I'm ready. But then you still have temptation to actually flirt with 10 other guys. Like, that's not out your system, and no one wants, or women too, same thing. No woman wants to be with somebody that, you know, you walk in and next thing you know, he's staring at somebody else. Like, it's the same thing. So to say what you're saying, I know I said God would prepare you for that person, but God has to prepare you first. You have to be nice and transformed fully, and not even, you know, not be transformed fully, and then he will bring that person to you, pretty much. So I'm bringing hope. However, that is up to God at the end of the day. That's what I'm saying, because we're not saying there's zero chances. However, he's saying there's a lower chance based from a male perspective. It's what? Because I'm over explaining.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying. I was like, let me just let him talk and stuff. But I was saying there is, from what you're saying, I was gonna make sure. And it sounds like you're saying there's a slower chance of a male going after a woman like her, obviously. And since, you know, they a lot, like you said, at the end of the day, they get to a point where they're like, all right, I'm done. I'm tired of the same thing, because you're in a cycle for over 20 or 30 years. And then you're like, all right, Jesus, I'm here. Right? And you're saying that, and then now you're saying that, okay, now where's my husband? And God's like, we gotta work through some things before. Yeah. So
Cool. I'm glad you cleaned that up.
okay.
I had to make, cause how you left it earlier. They'll be like, oh, there's all kinds of hope for me. You a dang lie. Y'all gonna be out here. Y'all gonna be out here trying to clean up. You gonna do all this dirt. And you gonna try to clean up. And Girly, like, hey, Girly said, God's preparing a man for me. And then you gonna realize after all this time go by, and you just gonna be like, you gonna realize ain't nothing happened for you. Nothing happened for you. Well, God was telling you that he was saying God is gonna accept you, and God's gonna be your man. That's what y'all be saying, right? So God is gonna be your man. She wasn't talking about nobody. She wasn't talking about anybody on earth. Okay. But yeah, this has been another episode of This Marriage Thing podcast with your host C
And Girly.
and
Think what you should say.
hey, yo, it's I'll be dropping the truth. It shall set
Father.
you free. Free indeed. Who the sun says free indeed. And yes, thank you so much for joining us. Please like and subscribe. As always, share this with somebody you know, somebody you love, somebody who could use this and could probably do well to hear this type of advice, or to hear something that would let them know they should probably get off a certain path, whoever they are. Man, woman, you know what I'm saying, whoever they are, let them know before it's too late. Because for some people out there, it's too late. Girly, go ahead and drop the socials on their head real quick.
We're on IG, This Marriage Thing Pod. And we are on TikTok. And obviously, I think that's it. That's pretty much the social media. I mean, the YouTube as well.
YouTube.
Yeah. And we are not.
No.
On Pinterest. We're not on Pinterest.
We're not on Pinterest.
Yeah.
But we're on other stuff too.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so we're on Spotify, we are on YouTube, and then we're on Apple. Apple. I keep saying Apple.
Spoken like a true Haitian, boy. I tell you.
Sorry, guys. Apple. We are Apple Podcast.
We are Apple.
We
Podcast.
are. I'm tired, y'all. With fatigue. Okay, sorry, I'm tired. We are on Apple Podcast.
There you go. She got it. I
Yes.
knew it was gonna come around. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been another episode. Like I said before, please like and subscribe. And listen. There she go. Listen. At the end of the day, this is all advice. It's all advice. You can take it, leave it, do with it as you wish. But always remember, no matter what we say, no matter what she say, no matter what I say, always, always, always remember. And don't you ever, ever forget. It's 3 strands.
2 hearts.
One love. We out.